Hello and welcome back everyone to VBA to Z. In our prior video series, we learned on how to use VBA ADO method to write data from MS Excel to SharePoint server. In this short series, I'll be a few of the videos I'll be covering. I'll be telling you how to integrate MS Excel and Access database. So I'll tell you how to send data from Excel to Access database, retrieve them, how to create connections, how to set up views and queries that you can slice and dice your data to your Excel for reporting. So it's gonna be a very it will be only few videos, and I'm sure that this will help you in getting started with ADO as well, and then getting to a higher level. And some of the initial videos that I'm gonna do, it's very important, so make sure that the basics are right, and then you're able to correctly set up everything so that you don't face error in the future. So without further ado, no further waiting, let's go ahead and create a new database, and then we'll create a table. Okay, so first thing that you need to do, so I'm gonna close my Access database, and then I'm gonna go and open my new Access database. So just write Access database and then Access 2016. So it's the same for 2007, 8, 9, all the versions. So don't worry, just open whatever versions you have. For 2003, I'll tell you once it gets loaded. So let me just refresh my system. Okay, so the one we'll be choosing here is the desktop database. So we have more options here, like all the templates are here, but for now we'll just go ahead and create a blank database. So if you want to choose, if you're getting MDB here, the 2003 version, just click on this browse folder, and then you can select the desired extension or the version. So for now we're gonna work with 2007 to 2016, and like I've said, this is pretty much the same. Save the file into your desired folder. We'll call this finance data 2016, and I'll save it here, and I'll click on create. So by default you'll have this table 1 created. Just close this, it's not saved yet. So this is a blank database without any table. What you need to do here, the most important thing before getting started, if you're working with 2010 and above versions, you go to file. So I've just put in a blog, in my blog I've put in one article that you get not a valid password when you try to send when you try to set up a connection to VBA using ADO, you get a message like this. That is, you'll be getting this from 2010 and above. So we need to do a few settings and make I'll just let you know about this. So when you go to your have your Access database, before you set in the password, go to file, click on options, and click on client settings, and scroll all the way down where you find advanced. Keep on scrolling down. Make sure that use legacy encryption, good for reverse compatibility, and multi-user database is checked. Just make sure this is selected. By default this is going to be selected, so ensure that you have selected this. Okay, now from the database, this is one of the settings that you need to do in order to ensure that the code is able to connect to the database on runtime. Okay, so if you get another error messages like like about the driver and everything, which is very rare, but if you do, please write to me. I'll also post some more blogs where you'll be getting similar error messages, so you can do your troubleshooting from there itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a table. This is the blank database without any table. So I'm gonna go ahead and I have a small sample data prepared so that we don't have to waste time. So if you already have Excel table that you want to populate in a database, and first do the correction of all the data type that you have here. So this is going to be string, this is going to be date, and then employee, this is a number, this is designation, this is in currency basically with a dollar format, and this too as well. So if you have a table like this, you can copy them. If you don't have ID, just insert an ID column in beginning so that Access automatically understand that you're trying to populate table. So just copy them, the range. This is the simplest way of creating a table. So go to create a tab from your ribbon, click on table, and then just paste them. So Control V, and then it says you're about to paste. All right, so the ID column is automatically, I'll just call this as finance table, fin data. Okay, let's call this employee table. So here it automatically picks up the data type, the properties of the fields. So here are all the properties down here. You can limit them to certain characters. If it is about, let's say, about the employee number, let's say that the employee number is always like 7 8, less than 8, so you can definitely restrict here like how much the number is going to be. But here, since we have selected double, that is going to be like limitless, right? It's a lot, so there you can set it. But here you can put a number like 7 or 8. You can restrict them if it is if the data type is not done. So let's say that I select this as a sort text, then you can set this as 7, for instance. If the employee number is not going to be longer, more than 7 characters, you can do that. So this way you can limit the database to have to be more consistent and then consume lesser space, memory, so on and so forth. So here it's automatically selected the currency. You can also change it to number, right? And then you can, this is long integer, then you can select double as well. Double enables you to have a decimal place numbers. So if you select, for instance, here you have double, if you select long integer, it's gonna be without any decimal. So keep that in mind. This is easiest way of creating your table. I'm going back to the view. You can toggle it. If you want to go back to design view, click on design view to see all this. You can put in your description here what the field is about, and then you have more options like if you're creating like a number, long text, or text, currency, auto number, which is the first one. So it's very important to have an ID where there is no duplicates, so that indexing is done, and then it becomes very fast when you have to do your query. This is the primary key. If you want to have another primary key, it's okay to delete this and then assign like the employee name or employee number is going to be unique. And then you can assign a primary key to this. You can also assign a primary key to both the keys by selecting both the fields and clicking on primary key like this. Okay, but now I'm not gonna do that. So later on, if you're working with attachment and all these calculated fields, we'll get more into it. But this is how, a simple way of creating a table. I'm gonna go ahead and just go and delete this table, and I'll create a fresh table. So if you're not copying it and you're creating it directly from here, you'll go to create and table, and then you'll click on design view. I'll call this employee table. Now I'm going back to this I'll just copy the fields here. I'll paste Control C, Control V. So if you're doing it manually, you'll do it in this manner. So we have 6 fields. So where's one? Date of birth, employee number. I think we missed on that. Employee number is right after date of birth. excuse me, employee number. So we'll call this sort text is fine. I'm fine with this should be date. So even if you don't select date, it's still okay to store them as text. However, when you have to do certain calculation on like when you have to pull like who is having a birthday, who is completing their anniversary, joining the organization for a certain period of time, so it's going to be useful to have a date. When you have a financial data, you have to pull the data for certain periods for certain clients and funds. It's going to be useful to have the field as the date and time. This definitely is a short text. If you want, you can make it as a long text, but I don't think the name will go beyond 255 characters. All right, so salary definitely is, I'll just put it as double. Where is number? Okay, and then this, I'll, instead of long integer, because it cannot hold a decimal place, I'll make sure that they get a cent as well, so I'll put double. Same thing, I'll do it for this one, and then I'll put this as double. You can select currency as well, but for now I'll just use double. Designation is short text. Number, I want to put this as short text, so I'll just leave this as like an ID for now. Okay, so that's pretty much for this episode. We'll make sure that we'll start writing some code in our next video using this table. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.